Provoleta is a delicious fried cheese appetizer from Argentina. For the recipe, as well as the confusing history of this Italian Argentine delicacy, keep watching. So the first step in making provoleta is flouring the provolone cheese. Here I have 132 gram, or about a quarter of a pound wedge of mild unsmoked provolone cheese. I just asked them to cut it thick enough so that I could fry it. This is 1/2 inch thick. You want it between 1/2 inch to I think probably an inch max, because if it's too thin it won't hold together, and if it's too thick the outside will burn before the inside has a chance to melt. So all you're going to do is take about a quarter of a cup of flour and just flour the piece of provolone cheese. And if you do not have a circular piece, I have used half circles before, and I would just cut the half circle in half and make each quadrant at a time. So the shape does not matter, even though traditionally provoleta is round. If you only have access to a chunk that is maybe a triangle or some other shape, that's fine too, just as long as it's thick but not too thick. Put it into the flour, press it down. It doesn't have to be perfect, but just like that. And once this is floured, the sides too, it goes back into the refrigerator for at least 1/2 hour. Because if you try to fry this right away, not only will the flour not stick, just like fried chicken, it's better if you wait a little bit before you fry it. Not only will the flour not stick, but also it might melt too much. It won't hold together as well because you start the cooking process at too high of a temperature. So my provoleta is floured. Now it's going to go into the refrigerator now for about 30 minutes. So here I have 1.5 tablespoons of oil over medium heat. My provoleta has been chilling for actually over an hour, but that's okay. Once the oil has been heating up for about a minute, I'm going to shake off the excess flour and drop it in. I have extra oil as well as some spatulas off to the side, just in case I need them. I use a knife to scrape off some of that extra flour. Guess that has been in there a while. So the oil should be nice and warm by now. It's been heating up for almost a minute and a half. Put in the provoleta over medium heat. However, at this point, I realized that I should probably have had the heat on medium-high the entire time, so I turned it up right away. Also, I wanted to comment a bit on the history of provoleta. Even though I'm using provolone and provoleta technically are not the same. Provoleta was invented in 1940 by Natalio Alva, one of the millions of Italians who immigrated to Argentina in the early 1900s. He worked in the dairy industry, so food was a big part of his life. He, like millions of other Italian Argentines, wanted to find a way to combine the food of his homeland with the food of his new home. Cheese is a big part of Italian cuisine, and meat is a big part of Argentine cuisine, so he had the idea of introducing a cheese that could be eaten with an Argentine steak dinner or barbecue. And so provoleta was born. But what makes it different from provolone? Most Argentines will tell you that provoleta is a bit spicier because of the type of enzyme used to curdle the milk. Provoleta is also described as a stretched curd cheese, but so is provolone, so honestly, I'm still a bit confused. So it's been in the oil for 2 minutes on medium-high, 5 out of 6. Time to flip. Stuck there in the corner. nice and golden brown. Going to the Argentine government's cheese website didn't really make it that much clearer. The only difference that really popped out to me was that provolone is aged longer than provoleta. The entry in the National Argentine Food Code emphasizes the shape, so honestly at this point I give up. However, the one thing that is clear is that Provoleta is Natalio Alba's brand. Because even today in Argentina, you see round chunks of provolone cheese sold as threaded provolone or grilled provolone, not provoleta. If you're outside of Argentina, my guess is that a mild provolone is probably the best substitute. So if you're in Argentina and you have a grill, what people will do is they will have the grates of the grill and they will put this directly on the grill. So there's always a chance that it will fall through and be ruined, but it's a chance you take. And if it starts to come out like that on the side, all you have to do is take your spatula and bring it back up. Not a problem. Now it's been 2 minutes on both sides, almost. A minute and 45 seconds on the second side. It's ready to serve. Size thing up a little bit. And there you have it. Fried provolone cheese, provoleta. Now while this is still hot, you could condiment it. What you could do is you could just put some olive oil on it, but honestly I think it's oily enough as it is. So what a lot of people in Argentina do is they take some oregano and crushed red pepper and they just sprinkle it on the top like that. One thing that Argentine people really like to do is combine provolone with crushed red pepper and oregano, and it is phenomenal. If you've never tried it, you should. And crushed red pepper is kind of spicy, so if you have never used it before, go easy on it or try it in something else before you do this, because if not, this will be quite spicy. So there you go, perfect provoleta. This provoleta was delicious. It was crispy on the outside and gooey on the inside. The extra spices really kicked this up a notch too. Although according to my research, a mild, unsmoked provolone is probably the best substitute for real provoleta, I have used sharp provolone in the past and actually prefer that flavor. Even if you don't make 100% authentic provoleta at home, you should still give this recipe a try. It's absolutely delicious. Thanks for watching my video on provoleta. If you liked it, please be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. For more information about this and other recipes, please visit my website, parnellthechef.com. And don't forget to follow me on social media. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.